Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video is a deep dive into one of the most underrated yet highly valuable coins in the American numismatic world, the Roosevelt Dime and other rare silver dimes. These little coins, often overlooked in everyday pocket change, hold massive value for collectors today. Whether you are just getting started or already have a collection, you are going to want to stick around because we are exploring the coins that are catching fire in today's collector market, with real dollar values reaching hundreds, even thousands, in auction houses. Get ready, because what we are about to uncover will make you want to check your change jar immediately. First up, we are diving into a true gem of American numismatics, the Roosevelt Silver Dime from 1946 with the Denver mint mark. This isn't just any dime, it is a coin with deep historical roots, unique characteristics, and a rising profile in today's collector market. And what makes this coin stand out even more? Its distinctive gray shade and natural black spotting, which many collectors see as a badge of authenticity and age. If you have got one of these or are thinking of investing in one, you are going to want to stick around. This coin is in high demand, and its market value is climbing fast. The Roosevelt Dime was introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury Dime as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before. He was not only a revered president, but also a strong advocate for the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio. The dime was chosen to honor him, symbolizing both his legacy and his contribution to American health campaigns. The 1946 dime holds special significance because it was the first year this coin was minted, making it especially valuable for collectors who seek coins from the very beginning of a series. The version minted in Denver, marked with a small D on the reverse, carries added importance due to lower mintage compared to its Philadelphia counterpart. Now let us talk about what makes this particular coin so visually and historically appealing. The 1946 with D Roosevelt dime in very fine condition often displays a beautiful natural gray tone that develops over the decades, giving it a rich, vintage look. On top of that, the black spots that may appear on the surface of the coin are often caused by the natural oxidation of silver and environmental storage over time. While some may see spots as flaws, serious collectors appreciate them as signs of authenticity and age proof that the coin has journeyed through history. The sharpness of Roosevelt's profile and the clarity of the lettering and torch on the reverse make this coin a visual standout when found in very fine condition. When it comes to rarity, the 1946 with D Roosevelt dime is becoming more difficult to find in high grades like very fine or better. Many of these dimes were used in daily commerce and were eventually melted down for their silver content or simply lost over time. As a result, finding a surviving piece in such preserved condition is increasingly rare. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these coins, especially those with eye-catching patina and original details intact. The demand is also driven by its first-year issue status and the fact that Roosevelt dimes with original mint characteristics like yours, with the gray shade and black spotting, stand out from standard circulated examples. This has created a niche but growing demand among both seasoned and newer collectors alike. Let us talk money, because that is what many of you are here for. The market value of a 1946 with D Roosevelt dime in very fine condition with appealing toning and spotting can fetch anywhere from $500,000, depending on eye appeal, market timing, and buyer interest. However, if the coin has exceptional luster or an especially attractive gray-toned surface, prices can stretch even higher, especially in auctions or collector-to-collector sales. Remember, the market for collectible coins isn't just about metal value, it is about historical significance, condition, and rarity. As of now, coins like this one are gaining attention from both collectors and investors, meaning the value could rise significantly in the coming years. If you are lucky enough to own a 1946 with Franklin D. Roosevelt silver dime in very fine condition, here are a few tips to help you preserve its value and maybe even boost its appeal. First, avoid cleaning the coin. This can seriously damage its natural patina and reduce its collector value. Store it in a cool, dry environment in a proper coin holder to prevent further oxidation. If you are hunting for one to add to your collection, look for examples with strong details in Roosevelt's hair and the torch flame on the back. Those black spots? Don't be afraid of them. Many serious collectors see them as proof of the coin's authenticity and age. And if you're looking to sell, consider coin shows or reputable online platforms where collectors are actively seeking this exact type of coin. The 1946 with Roosevelt Dime, with its unique gray tone and black spotting, is more than just a piece of silver. It is a piece of American history, a tribute to a legendary president, and a standout in any coin collection. Its status as a first-year issue and its growing scarcity in higher grades make it a high-demand coin in today's numismatic market. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this dime represents a smart and rewarding addition to your collection. So keep your eyes open. You never know when this little treasure might turn up in a coin jar, an estate sale, or even in your own collection. Next up, the spotlight is on an extraordinary find that has captured the attention of collectors across the globe, the 1976 Roosevelt Dime with the letter D mint mark. But this isn't just any Roosevelt dime. The coin we are discussing today comes with a unique brown-toned obverse and distinct brown spotting on the reverse, a detail that makes it stand out significantly from regular circulation pieces. If you think dimes are not worth a second glance, then this episode is going to change your mind. This coin is not just a dime, it is a hidden gem in the collector's world. And today, we are diving into what makes it so special, why it is in such high demand, and how much it is going for in today's booming coin market. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a key figure in American history and a champion in the fight against polio. Designed by John R. Sinnock, the coin quickly became a staple in American currency. Fast forward to 1976, and while most people were busy celebrating the United States bicentennial with quarters, halves, and dollar coins featuring special designs, the humble dime quietly continued in its traditional form. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1976 Roosevelt dime with the Denver mint mark holds a unique place in this history due to certain minting characteristics and the passage of time that has led to the development of striking features, including those rich brown hues on both sides of the coin. What truly sets this coin apart from the rest is its stunning natural toning. The obverse features a brown shade that gives the coin an antique, almost museum-like feel, making it incredibly attractive for numismatists. The reverse isn't left behind either. Those distinctive brown spots add personality and uniqueness, turning what would have been a regular dime into a one-of-a-kind piece. This natural coloration is often caused by environmental exposure and storage conditions, yet when it appears evenly and attractively, collectors rush to own them. Combine that with a very fine condition where most of the details remain sharp and visible, and you have a piece that is not only rare in terms of tone and condition, but is also deeply desirable in the collector's circle. While millions of Roosevelt dimes were minted in 1976 at the Denver Mint, very few have survived with the kind of natural toning and preservation we are discussing today. Most dimes from this era are worn, cleaned, or damaged from circulation. But finding a 1976 D with a clean, rich brown obverse and distinct reverse spots in very fine condition, that is a needle in a haystack. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have both eye appeal and scarcity, and this specific dime checks both boxes. In fact, toned coins like these are seeing a rise in popularity among serious collectors and investors because they often beyond the numbers. They carry personality, history, and uniqueness. The demand is so high that collectors are paying top dollar to add such coins to their elite sets. Now, let us talk numbers, because we know that's what you are really here for. When you have a toned version with a brown obverse and spotted reverse in very fine, the story changes dramatically. Coins with similar features have been listed and even sold for values ranging from $490,000 and in some cases more, depending on the strength and appeal of the toning. Online auctions, coin shows, and private dealers have all seen this particular variation climb in value in recent years. And as demand for toned and rare condition coins continues to increase, we are expecting these prices to rise even further. So, if you have one in your collection or happen to come across one in spare change, hold on to it. Its market value today is impressive, and its future potential is even more exciting. For those of you who are serious about building a rare coin collection, here are a few insights to help you secure gems like this one. Always look out for natural toning, especially brown and golden hues that develop evenly across the surface. These coins are often overlooked by casual handlers, but adored by advanced collectors. Be sure to examine the details. Very fine condition means light wear with all major features clearly visible. Handle such coins carefully, preferably with gloves, and store them in proper holders to preserve the toning. If you are shopping online, always request clear, high-resolution photos and, when possible, buy from trusted sellers with a good reputation in the coin community. And most importantly, always keep learning. The more you know about varieties, toning, and mint marks, the better chances you have of spotting rare finds like the 1976 with D brown shaded Roosevelt Dime. The 1976 Roosevelt Dime with the letter D mint mark, brown obverse shading, and reverse brown spots in very fine condition is a sleeper hit in the numismatic world. It is not just a coin, it is a piece of American history with character, rarity, and significant market value. As collectors continue to seek out toned and well-preserved examples, this particular variation is climbing in demand, making it a smart investment and a prized collectible. If you happen to have one in your collection, consider yourself lucky. And if not, keep your eyes open. You never know when you might come across this small but powerful treasure. Next up, we are diving deep into a truly fascinating and valuable piece of American numismatic history, the 1963 Roosevelt Silver Dime with the D mint mark, especially those rare ones that carry a unique golden shade. This coin might look like your everyday dime to the untrained eye, but trust me, it holds a wealth of historical value, collector significance, and yes, real dollar value in today's market. If you have one of these, or you are lucky enough to spot it, you are looking at something that is not just collectible, but highly desirable in the modern coin collecting world. Stick around, because we are about to uncover the story, the features, and the impressive value this coin holds in the auction market today. Let us start with a little background. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946, right after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His impact on the nation, especially his work with the March of Dimes for polio research, made him a fitting choice for this important denomination. The dime was redesigned in his honor, featuring his profile on the obverse. By 1963, the coin had become a familiar part of everyday American life, but this year holds a special place among collectors, especially those minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark. This was a time just before the coinage changed significantly. 1964 was the final year for 90% silver dimes before the switch to clad compositions. So these 1,963 dimes are part of the last few silver treasures of American currency. What truly makes the 1963 with D Roosevelt dime stand out are its features, especially in fine condition, and even more so when it shows that rare golden shade. The golden tint is not part of the original minting process, but is the result of natural toning over decades. This toning occurs when silver reacts with the environment. Air, moisture, and time combine to give the coin a rich, golden luster that collectors absolutely love. It is unique, eye-catching, and makes each tone dime one of a kind. Combine that with the fact that it is minted from 90% silver, and you have got a piece that is both beautiful and historically rich. On the obverse, you will find Roosevelt's sharp profile, and on the reverse, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, all symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. In fine condition, these details remain clear, adding even more appeal. Now let us talk rarity. While millions of these dimes were produced in 1963 at the Denver Mint, only a small fraction survive today in well-preserved condition, and even fewer with that eye-catching golden toning. Coins in fine condition with attractive natural toning are in increasing demand as collectors and investors seek out coins with both historical significance and unique aesthetic value. It is the golden toned versions that send demand soaring. These toned coins are rare because not every dime ages the same way. Environmental conditions had to be just right to create this effect, making it nearly impossible to duplicate. For collectors, finding a well-preserved, golden-shaded 1963 with D-dime is like striking gold, literally and figuratively. Now, for what everyone wants to know, how much is it worth? The market for the 1963-D Roosevelt dime with golden toning has been heating up fast. In average circulated condition, these silver dimes already carry a premium due to their 90% silver content. But in fine condition, especially with that golden hue, the value can easily surpass $300,000 or more, depending on the intensity of the tone and overall eye appeal. On popular auction sites, we have seen examples go for even higher amounts, sometimes reaching $400,000 when collectors compete for that perfect golden-shaded piece. If your coin also has additional unique features like full torch lines or mint errors, the price can skyrocket even more. It is a strong market right now and only growing. If you are a collector looking to get your hands on one of these beauties, here is what you should keep in mind. Always check the mint mark dash look just to the left of the torch on the reverse side. Make sure it is a 1963 with D mint mark and examine the coin's condition closely. The golden toning should be natural, not artificially enhanced. True collectors prefer coins with authentic, age-earned coloration. Also, if you are buying online, only purchase from trusted sellers or auction sites with good reputations. And if you already own one, consider getting it professionally graded. A certified grade can dramatically increase both the value and credibility of your coin in the market. As more collectors enter the scene, the competition for quality Roosevelt dimes, especially those with beautiful toning, is intensifying. The 1963 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark and golden toning in fine condition is more than just a 10-cent piece. It is a symbol of American history, a testament to craftsmanship, and a highly sought-after gem in the collector's world. With rising demand, unique appearance, and solid silver content, this coin is turning heads in today's auction market. So if you have one, treasure it. And if you are hunting for it, do not stop, because this is one coin that is only getting more valuable with time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Next up, a hidden gem that is gaining major attention in the numismatic world, the 1957 Roosevelt silver dime with the Denver mint mark, especially the ones with black spots on the obverse and preserved in very fine condition. This seemingly ordinary dime from the 1950s is now being sought after by collectors around the globe, and its value is quickly rising. If you have come across one in your collection or pocket change, you may be holding something worth far more than its face value. So, sit back and stay with me for the next 10 minutes as we dive deep into the story, the rarity, and the true market value of this iconic coin. Let us start with the fascinating history and background of the Roosevelt dime. The series began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a beloved leader and a strong advocate for the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio. The dime replaced the winged Liberty head, also known as the Mercury dime, and introduced a more modern design. By 1957, the Roosevelt dime had already become a staple in American pockets. That year, the Denver Mint produced millions of these dimes, yet not all were created equal. Some of these coins carry unique traits that make them highly desirable today, especially for serious collectors looking to own a piece of mid-century American history. What makes the 1957 with D. Roosevelt dime truly unique are its design features and eye-catching anomalies. On the obverse, we see the dignified profile of President Roosevelt, surrounded by inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the mint date. But what truly sets certain pieces apart are the black spots found on the obverse. These spots, caused by natural oxidation and toning over decades, have become a badge of authenticity and age for collectors. Combined with a well-preserved, very fine condition, these marks are not considered flaws. In fact, they enhance the coin's story and visual appeal. These dimes carry the D mint mark just above the torch on the reverse, a small detail that links them to Denver's rich minting history. As for rarity, while millions were minted, very few have survived in collectible condition with such specific and attractive toning. The number of 1957 with D dimes that feature black spots and remain in very fine or better condition is dramatically lower than you would expect. These are the coins that collectors crave, circulated but sharp, naturally aged but well kept, and full of character. Today, with more collectors entering the market and searching for post-war silver coins, demand for this dime is skyrocketing. The Roosevelt Dime series is becoming increasingly popular among both beginner and veteran collectors, and coins like the 1957 with D are leading the charge due to their age, silver content, and striking appearance. Speaking of silver, do not forget that the 1957 with D Roosevelt Dime is made of 90% silver, which adds intrinsic value and further boosts its appeal. In today's market, even the silver melt value alone provides a solid foundation, but that is just the beginning. A 1957 with D Roosevelt Dime with obverse black spots in very fine condition can easily fetch between $455,000, depending on eye appeal and specific toning. However, specimens with exceptional spotting patterns or enhanced surfaces have gone for much higher in recent online auctions, reaching $500,000 or more. That is a big leap from 10 cents, and it highlights the booming interest in these underrated coins. The more unique the look, the higher the dollar value collectors are willing to pay. If you are a collector or planning to become one, here are some important tips to consider. Always handle your coins with care and store them in a dry, protective case to preserve their natural toning and prevent further oxidation. When it comes to Roosevelt dimes, especially from the 1950s, condition and character are everything. Seek out coins with natural aging and distinct marks like the black spots, as these often stand out in auctions. Don't be too quick to clean them. Untouched coins are preferred in the collector world. Keep an eye on online marketplaces and local coin shows and learn how to spot fakes or modern reproductions. Knowledge is power, and being able to identify high-demand coins like the 1957 with D will give you a serious edge in the market. The 1957 with D Roosevelt Dime with black obverse spots is no longer just another silver coin from the past. It is a highly sought-after collector's item with growing value. Its history, silver content, unique condition, and visual appeal all combine to make it a star in the world of coin collecting. Whether you are new to the hobby or a seasoned numismatist, this is a coin that deserves your attention. And who knows, if you check your collection or inherited some old change, you might just discover one of these gems hiding in plain sight. Next up, we are diving into the world of rare and valuable coins, with one of the most talked about dimes among collectors today, the 1956 Roosevelt Silver Dime with the Denver Mint mark, especially those with a natural gray shade and in very fine condition. If you have got one of these in your collection, or you happen to come across it, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. This is not just a small piece of silver. It is a piece of American numismatic history that is gaining more attention, more admiration, and more value in the collector's market every single year. The Roosevelt Dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before. His contribution to the United States during the Great Depression and World War II left a deep impact, and the dime was chosen specifically because of his association with the March of Dimes campaign, which helped combat polio. The 1956 edition of this coin, particularly the one minted in Denver, holds a special place in the series. It came during a time when America was entering a post-war economic boom, and coins like this one were circulating heavily. However, what makes the 1956 with Franklin D. Roosevelt dime stand out isn't just its historical context, it's the features and rarity that collectors now prize. What sets the 1956 with D. Roosevelt dime apart is not only its date and mint mark, but also its distinctive appearance when preserved correctly. Coins from this era were struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them a natural grayish tone over time if kept in average conditions without polishing. That subtle gray shade is often considered more authentic and desirable by seasoned collectors, as it showcases the coin's age and originality. The Denver mint mark can be found just beside the base of the torch on the reverse side. The fine details on Roosevelt's portrait, the clean lettering, and the sharp torch design, even in very fine condition, make it a visually impressive piece that speaks to quality minting and a strong American legacy. The 1956 with D. Roosevelt Dime isn't the rarest in terms of mintage numbers. Over 108 million were struck, but finding one today in very fine condition, untouched and showing that original gray toning is a much different story. Many of these dimes were melted for their silver content or worn down through circulation. What remains are just a fraction in collectible condition. That is exactly why serious collectors are now hunting for this coin, especially those who want to complete their Roosevelt Dime series in high grades. Coins with that distinctive gray tone are especially desirable because they indicate original surfaces, and in the collector world, originality often equals value. The demand for these coins has seen a sharp rise, especially in recent years, as silver coins from the mid-20th century continue to grow in popularity among both novice and expert numismatists. Now let's talk numbers. As of today's collector market trends, a 1956 with D. Roosevelt Dime in very fine condition with that attractive gray patina can fetch anywhere from $310,000. However, for those that show excellent eye appeal and natural toning, values can spike significantly. Certified examples, or those with particularly strong strikes and clean surfaces, can even reach values upwards of $420,000, especially if they come with historical provenance or are graded by top agencies. And this is only climbing. Auction prices have shown steady growth, proving that demand for this particular coin is not slowing down anytime soon. If you are looking to add this gem to your collection or already own one, here are a few tips. First, never clean your coin. That natural gray shade adds character and value. Store your Roosevelt dimes in acid-free holders or albums to protect them from further wear or discoloration. If you are shopping for one, pay attention to the sharpness of the torch on the reverse and Roosevelt's hairlines on the obverse, as these details help define the coin's grade and worth. Try to collect dimes with even wear and minimal damage, as eye appeal makes a huge difference when selling or trading. You might even consider having yours professionally graded to unlock its full market potential. The more original and well-preserved it is, the more desirable it becomes. So there you have it, the 1956 with D. Roosevelt Dime, a true hidden treasure in the world of United States coin. With its deep historical roots, unique silver composition, striking appearance, and rising value in the collector's market, this coin is far more than just pocket change. Whether you are a passionate collector or just getting started, the 1956 with D-Dime offers an exciting opportunity to own a piece of American history that is becoming harder to find and more valuable by the day. Make sure to check your old coin jars, visit your local coin shops, and keep your eyes open at flea markets, because you never know when you might stumble upon a dime that is truly worth its weight in silver and so much more.